Call Allah Yahweh, Ba Hashem Yahweh Shai, Ba Hashem Karkadash, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai Mashiach, Barakatah Yasharala, Barakatah Yahweh. Call Allah, Shalom, Shalom, Halawayah, Halawayah. Double honor to the apostle and elders of Great Millstone, pushing and teaching this truth and sincerity, and overseeing the construction of the tabernacle of David, a more perfect tabernacle. Shalom to the Akim, while Boafium scattered abroad. Shalom to the still believers. This is Yahweh Sat, Banya Sharala, Banya Habra, coming to you live through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem. I'll try to give you a quick lesson. I'm gonna go to Matthew. I'm really gonna get this scripture that's been on my mind for a good little minute. I think it's 24 and 10. This is Matthew chapter 24 verse 12. And I'm gonna start at 3, 24 and 3 for context. And as he sat down upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came up to him privately, saying, "Tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world?" And so basically what's going on for the context, disciples that came, they're asking Mashiach, Yahweh Shai, they're saying like, what's going to be the signs of the end of the world? I believe this word for world it's not cosmos. I believe it's something else. But more importantly, it's not like the end of the whole world. It's just the end of an age. It's a transition between one rulership into another rulership. The transition between the rulership of the Edomites into the righteous rulership of the Israelites. And Lord's will, I can get this scripture if I remember right. I think it's Second Ezra 6 and 50. Might be 9. Yes, I think it's Ezra 9. Dang, hold on. Okay, yeah. This is Second Ezra 6 and 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. And like I said, like I just mentioned, the word world is it's meaning the end of an age, the age of wicked rulership into the age of righteous rulership. I'm gonna repeat it. Second Ezra 6 and 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of that followeth. But you know that that's two cuts from Christianity. One, that there's going to be a ethnic hierarchy in the kingdom of heaven where the Israelites are going to be the hegemony, if you will. Hegemony just being the number one world power. Precept for that would be, I think it might be Matthew 11. Matthew 11. This is Matthew 11 and 12. And from the days of John the Baptist until now, the kingdom of heaven suffereth violence, and the violent take it by force. So with that, you gotta ask yourself. And these are this is red letter. So this is the Mashiach speaking. He said, from the days of John the Baptist until now, the kingdom of heaven suffereth violence. Now, how does that make sense? That the kingdom of heaven suffers violence, because as he said, is it? I can't get the scripture doesn't come to mind. But the Mashiach, I'm gonna get that scripture later on. But the Mashiach said in two different ways that one, the kingdom of heaven is not the kingdom of heaven is what you inside of you when he's speaking to the Israelites, and then he said, "Behold, the kingdom of heaven is at hand." But you know that the kingdom of heaven is a people before a place. You know what I'm saying? Just like Jerusalem is a people before a place. So the kingdom of heaven is us Israelites. You know what I'm saying? That's why in Matthew, just to give a little a precept to kind of back that up. If we go to Revelation 7, and then I think we'll jump to 22. It gives a description. Yeah, I'm gonna go to 20. It's Revelation 22. I think. So let me see, bro. Okay, boom. So this Revelation chapter 11, Revelation 22, and I'm gonna get a couple scriptures out of here. So it's Revelation 22 and 3. And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, "Behold, the tabernacle of God, the tabernacle of Yahweh Ba'ashim Mashiach Yahushai, is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and God himself shall be with them and be their God." So just with that in mind, we're gonna go jump to Revelations 22 and 10. And he carried me away in the spirit to a great and high mountain. And he showed me that great city, the holy Jerusalem, descending out of heaven from God. Now here we see the kingdom of heaven being mentioned. Having the glory of God, and her light was like unto a stone most precious, even like a jasper stone, clear as crystal. Peep this. And had a wall great and high, and had 12 gates. The kingdom of heaven has 12 gates, and the gates has 12 angels. You know what I'm saying? Got 12 gates. We got 12 angels. They the bouncers. You're not coming into the party unless you get past the bouncer. Now, peep this. Is important. Why does the kingdom of heaven have 12 gates? It's gonna explain. And the names written thereon, which are the names of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. You're not getting into the heaven. You're not getting into the kingdom of heaven unless you're an Israelite. You can't. You're not passing it through one of them 12 gates unless you're a member of that tribe. That's plain and simple. You're not getting past them angels unless not only you got to be written in the book of life, but you got to be an ethnic Israelite too. That means you got to be a bloodline descendant of one of these 12 major tribes. And this is important to show you that the kingdom of heaven is a people group before a place. So this is Revelation 22 and 17. And he measured the wall thereof in 144 cubits. I mean, let me go back. Let me get another precept for that. 144. That number is important because you go to Revelation 7. Revelation 7 and Revelation 7, and I'm just gonna skip. I'm gonna go through a whole bunch. But it says Revelation 7 and 4, and I heard the number of them which are sealed, and they were sealed 144,000, all of the tribes of the children of Israel. And I heard the number of them which were sealed, and they were sealed in 144,000 of all the tribes of Israel. And that number is important. Like it says in here in Revelation 21 and 17, and he measured the wall in 144 cubits according to the measure of a man, that is of the angel. That's important. And Slakia, there's a better scripture that says mentions that the gates, according to the cubit of a man. I think that's what I think. Oh, I just read the freaking page. Yeah, it says, and he measured the wall thereof in 144 cubits. These cubits, peep this, the cubits are according to the measure of a man. That is of an angel. And that might be a little too deep for y'all to comprehend. And but it's really just it's really just simple scripture. If you just putting two together, you know what I'm saying? In the spirit. But so going back to Matthew 24 and get the scripture that's on my mind. So like I said, the disciples came around and asked him what's going to be the end of the world, the sign of our second coming, and whoop the whoop. And this is one of the things the Mashiach said. He said in Matthew 24:12, he says, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. You know what I'm saying? Because it's going to be so much. You're going to know that the Mashiach is coming because you're going to see it's going to be so much wickedness and so much evil going on that it's gonna be all every man for himself. It's gonna be a straight free for all out here. You know what I'm saying? And starting with the Apostle Elder Tahar and Apostle Elder Gabar all the way down to Anakim like me, a novice that just came into this thing recently. You know what I'm saying? We've been telling people that what's to come is some very perilous times. You know what I'm saying? It's not, and it's so bad that it says in Matthew 24:22, and except those days should be shortened, there should be no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. The time we coming into is gonna be so bad that the Most High God had to speed the days up just so people just so it can be some people left to be saved. You know what I'm saying? That's how bad the times we coming into. And it's important because, like it says, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna be. It's gonna be a free for all here. A straight free for all. A straight. You gotta get it how you live it. You know what I'm saying? That's how it's gonna be. It's gonna be either sink, swim, stack or starve. You know what I'm saying? On some straight not playing with y'all folks stuff. With that being said, you know what I'm saying? I'm just say shalom, halawayah.